The Rangers had lost their powers, now it's up to the Green Ranger. After losing a battle in their home base from an enemy from a different dimension, who took them out single-handedly without effort. They were able to retreat, but they left Billy behind. He was able to use the Morpher grid to get rid of all of their powers all at once, except for the Green Ranger, leaving them completely weak. Rita put her throne over Zordon's palace, and now she is supreme ruler of Earth, using the Zords to control them. But Tommy takes the Dragon Zord all the way up to the moon since she's not there, with the help of Jason, since the fortress is finally vulnerable, ambushing Rita's forces as they are caught completely off guard. And then Tommy gives the keys to Jason as he heads down and into the fortress, looking for Billy, but instead he ends up finding the Black Dragon. As Jason is still tearing up the fortress from the outside, all of a sudden the Green Ranger goes flying straight out of the fortress. Hit so hard, he lands like a comet. The Black Dragon ends up growing as tall as the Dragon Zord, and now he faces Jason, even without his powers. The Black Dragon gives him a merciless beating, so hard he ended up knocking him out and knocking him into space. Tommy's the last one standing, but he has to go against the Black Dragon at full size. The Green Ranger ends up losing his first fight. Fighting Black Dragon at full size, he has to disengage his Dragon Shield, wondering if Jason has stabilized the Dragon Zord, because he really needs a distraction, as Jason is trying to figure out how to stabilize the Dragon Zord before it's lost into space, floating forever. As Tommy is avoiding every hit before he's getting squished by the Black Dragon, and he picks up a loose cannon and fires it at the Black Dragon. He's not gonna go down without a fight. And then he uses Sonic Clap, and he ends up shrinking down to normal size. Tommy can barely get up, but he tries to tackle him, but it's no use. The Black Dragon is way too strong and powerful for him, and he ends up hitting him so hard he cracks his helmet. But at last second, the Dragon Zord finally arrives, ends up ripping his arm off. Tommy can finally catch his breath, and the Black Dragon grows big again, but before he could do that, Tommy grabs a hold of the arm and teleports back inside, as Jason takes them all back into Earth, barely escaping with their lives, as they head back to their new headquarters with a key to get back their powers. The time the Power Ranger team turned into the Green Ranger team. As Trini and the others are trying to figure out how it can work, all of a sudden Tommy says, "Why don't you use mine? We can use the phase blast from the Black Dragon and use my Morpher grid."
Mastodon! Pterodactyl! Triceratops! Saber-tooth Tyrannosaurus!
And instead of turning them back to normal, they all turn into the Green Ranger. They absorbed all his power. As Rita has put all the Zords into striking position, where Rita Repulsa is waiting for a reply from the world leaders to pledge their allegiance to her, and time has finally run out. She moves the Zords into striking position as the whole world holds their breath, but the Rangers show up right in time. But Jason is ambushed by the Black Dragon. The Black Dragon is way too strong and powerful for Jason to take on alone, and he thinks that the Black Dragon is in control of the Zords, but instead he finally has enough power to teleport back into his Zord, and all the rest of the team, Zach, Kimberly, and Trini, jump back in. The Black Dragon laughs at their efforts because they do not control all of the Zords, as he mounts the cannon on the Triceratops. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he gets attacked by the Dragon Zord, and the Black Dragon grows and challenges Tommy to a full-blown fight. But Tommy has learned not to do this on his own. He's using his Dragon Dagger to call the Dragon Zord, but he's not alone this time. He has backup. Billy is still in prison with Goldar, but Goldar ended up letting him go. Billy ends up surprising Tommy from behind, and he tells him how he got away, but he also found out something different. The black dragon is mechanical. He's a Zord. Look, there's an access hatch next to his neck. They ended up teleporting close enough to jump on the black dragon and break in. Now Tommy and Billy have to find the power source and shut him down. Meanwhile, the other Rangers are doing their best to hold him off, and he's too much. And they ask for Tommy's help, but he tells them we're actually inside the black dragon. And they end up destroying the power source, and the black dragon ends up crumbling and falling. But Billy and Tommy are still inside, and they try to hold on as it starts to shrink. And they're trying to teleport out of there, but something's blocking their signal. And the others try to help him, and Tommy says, "Tell my mom I love," and the black dragon disappears, and the team is in utter shock. And they head down to look for them.